The Kansas City Chiefs just got the left tackle update that we have all been waiting for. We've got a very good idea of who is going to start on Saturday against the Houston Texans. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy. And if you are new to this channel, the best way that you guys can show support is by hitting the like button on this video and subscribing for more daily Chiefs coverage. In this video, we're going to talk about the latest report that we got from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN that was an absolute bombshell. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the report. Chiefs plan to start Joe Thuney at left tackle Saturday versus the Texans per sources. DJ Humphries is healthy, but Thuney, a Pro Bowl guard, flourished in tackle relief while Humphries was hurt. So Chiefs prepared to ride the hot hand, which I could not agree more. I feel like the Chiefs almost outsmarted themselves. If DJ Humphries was going to be the left tackle in this game, I would have been stressing because this is a guy that started 2 games this season at left tackle. He didn't even play in both of those games to the end. Like, he got hurt in that first game against the Chargers, and so he is not someone that I think the Chiefs can confidently rely on in the playoffs. Joe Thuney making that transition to left tackle was absolutely fantastic. And in a game, the Chiefs played the Texans less than a month ago, going up against a pass rush with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., Joe Thuney didn't allow a sack. So this is a guy that we have seen in this exact moment flourish. So what is the point of switching up now? You might as well ride the hot hand, and Joe Thuney has worked. So if Joe Thuney has worked, there's no reason to deviate from that plan. Chiefs Kingdom, this is fantastic news. Listen, I actually thought that DJ Humphries was going to be the starting left tackle. I thought Andy Reid was going to have, Joe Thuney kick back in at guard. They were going to try to have Humphries as the left tackle. They'd help him out with, chipping with a running back and a tight end. But I'm so glad that going into this playoff game, we are going to see Thuney, the reliable option at the position, continue to start. The Chiefs have had offensive line issues all year, and it hasn't just been the left tackle, but when Joe Thuney made that transition to left tackle, the offensive line was solid. The offensive line actually kind of fixed itself with Thuney at left tackle and Mike Caliendo at left guard. So I am super pumped. I think that you're going to see the Chiefs offense, and specifically Patrick Mahomes, help out Joe Thuney in this game. They're going to get the ball out quickly. They're going to try to find the receivers, in the flat, in the screen game. So these tackles don't have to, go up against Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. for a full 60 minutes. This is a position where if the Chiefs can get the ball out quickly, those edge rushers are not going to be able to get to Patrick Mahomes, because in that wild card game against the Chargers, those pass rushers feasted. They sacked him 4 times. They had 5 tackles for loss. The Chargers absolutely got destroyed in the trenches, and I don't think that anyone else would argue that the Chargers have better tackles than the Chiefs do. So this is a position where the Chiefs could not outsmart themselves, and they're not going to do that. They're going to have Joe Thuney, the reliable, the proven commodity at left tackle, start in this game for the Chiefs, which I think is fantastic. I mean, I'm super excited because even when I thought that DJ Humphries was going to get the start, I wasn't super happy about it because, I think that Joe Thuney is the best option at that position, and I thought the Chiefs were going to, try to get Thuney back at his natural position, and so maybe the offensive line was going to be better, but I'm super excited that we're going to see Thuney at left tackle in the playoffs. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it's not broke. And so I do think that this is the best possible scenario for this Chiefs offensive line, to have Thuney at left tackle, to have Mike Caliendo at left guard, obviously Creed Humphrey at center, and Trey Smith at right guard. You're going to see Jawan Taylor at right tackle. I know we kind of saw Wanye Morris towards the end of the season look all right, but that's going to be the starting 5 of the offensive line, and I don't expect anything to change. I think that that's going to be, hopefully, knock on wood right now, the offensive line in the Super Bowl if the Chiefs can get to that point. So super excited. I'm glad the Chiefs are going with this protection package, but I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. I know a great portion of you are going to agree with me that Joe Thuney should be the starter in this game. But there are some Chiefs fans out there that thought that DJ Humphries would be the better option going off of his tape against the Broncos. Listen, I watched that tape against the Broncos and I saw a mediocre left tackle who had some good snaps, but he also had some bad snaps. And he also really struggled when edge rushers would line up further outside. It seemed like Humphries had trouble getting to his spot against an edge rusher that was just farther out wide. And that's a position where if you're not shipping with anybody, if it's just one-on-one, edge rusher versus DJ Humphries lining up in space, he had trouble. So I think that, while Thuney isn't going to be a superstar left tackle, when he played in that stretch of, I believe, 4 games, the Chiefs did not lose. The Chiefs were able to keep Patrick Mahomes upright. And again, Joe Thuney wasn't going up against scrubs. He was going up against some of the best edge rushers in football. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, I just mentioned Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. The Chiefs didn't play an easy schedule down the stretch. Joe Thuney saw the best of the best, and he did not fold. So for anybody saying that, I'm a bit concerned that Joe Thuney's starting in the playoff game, don't be. We saw this matchup less than a month ago, and we saw the result. Joe Thuney was perfect. Joe Thuney was not the problem in that game, and the Chiefs won handily, 27-19. And it was a game the Chiefs never really had in question. So I do think this is a fantastic move, a great decision by Coach Reid, because there are so many different ways they could have played this, but we've been screaming for the past 2 weeks that we believe Joe Thuney should be the starting left tackle in the playoffs. I think he earned that in the regular season. And DJ Humphries, his health is just too much of a question for me. His health, his recovery from that injury, that ACL tear, man, that's no joke. And you could kind of see that he hasn't kicked all of the rust off yet. And you know what I don't want to see, Chiefs Kingdom? I don't want to see a guy that is trying to kick the rust off in the AFC divisional round. This is not the time to fine-tune things. The time to, kick off the rust would have been against the Houston Texans, would have been against the Cleveland Browns in the regular season, but we didn't see that. So this is the position we're in. And I think that Joe Thuney being the starting left tackle gives this Chiefs team the best chance of winning, and it gives them the best chance to three-peat. So Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. Also, let me know down in the comments section what you guys think of this move, what you think of what Jeremy Fowler from ESPN reported. Do you think that Joe Thuney will be the starting left tackle in the playoffs, or could they go with DJ Humphries as a last-second switch? Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video, and as always, go Chiefs.